Welcome back to the Ed Show on MSNBC. The Obama administration, I think they should have seen this coming. Progressives tried to warn them. Paul Krugman, Robert Reich, former labor secretary, tried to warn them. I've said it a number of times on this program. The $787 billion stimulus package may not be enough to get the economy out of the ditch. Sure enough, 5 months after the stimulus package has passed, the unemployment rate is higher, and many states are still strapped. That's the untold story. Why? We'll get to that. A new government report says the states are using their stimulus money to pay debts and just to operate and stay afloat instead of starting new job-creating projects. Now, in the meantime, the party of no is right there. They got no ideas. And, of course, they're using this opportunity to attack the President of the United States as a tax and spend liberal. Here it is.
We tried to explain to the President that growing government wasn't going to get America back to work again. And that by allowing small businesses and American families to keep more of what they earn, they're the real engine of economic growth in America.
The only thing the stimulus plan has stimulated is more government and more debt. And House Republicans are determined to continue to advance policies that will get this economy moving.
For more on this, let me bring in Gene Cummings, Assistant Managing Editor for Politico. Gene, good to have you with us tonight. I see that Vice President Biden is going to head out to Ohio tomorrow because some of the latest numbers aren't the best for the administration. For instance, the Quinnipiac poll, when it comes to the economic job outlook, the approval rating, back in May, the president was sitting at 57% approved of the job he was doing on the economy. Now it's down to 46%. What do you make of this move by the White House to jump on these numbers in Ohio? Do they view this as a critical turning point to keep people with them? What do you think?
Well, I think that they expected that there'd be some roller coasters, and this is definitely a dip for the White House. I've been surprised that it's taken them this long to come back hard and respond to the Republican messages that have been coming out this week, because I think the Republicans have gotten the upper hand for now. But as we could see, the White House is taking a more aggressive stance to push back. They had Rob Neighbors up on Capitol Hill today highlighting different parts of the GAO report, parts that the White House think are good for them. And, of course, Biden, that's doing a sort of in-your-face move by going right out there into Boehner's turf.
Gene, it seems to me that the White House has got limited options at this point. The money's being dished out to the states. The states are using it under the control of the governors. What can the White House do about creating the jobs that they wanted to create with the stimulus money when it's being used just to meet state budgets?
Well, it is something that the White House had feared, that the money would be diverted in ways that were not as effective in creating jobs. However, the White House is also stuck in the position where they need to prove a negative. For instance, many Republicans will concede that they saved jobs, not created necessarily, but saved jobs. And the White House can, through governor's messaging, note that there are many jobs in state government that were saved by the fact that there was stimulus money there to hold those jobs in place. And so it's almost like, as I said, proving a negative. They saved jobs, not necessarily created. Now, they got to get to the infrastructure. That's the money they really want to start pushing out faster, because that would be the money that could create newer jobs.
Well, you know, it's kind of like baseball. You can't deny the numbers. I mean, if your batting average, I mean, it just is what it is. And I've said this all along, that Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio is where the polls are going to slip for the Obama administration if they don't start creating some jobs. What can they do, and how critical would it be for them if it goes to 10% unemployment? In some of those states, it's beyond that right now. What do you think?
Well, it's certainly a number that they had wanted desperately to avoid, and we're dangerously close to it. And in all likelihood, many economists believe that we will, in fact, hit that mark. And the White House at that point will have to have a real messaging problem anew.
Okay.
Because it is a promise, or at least a goal, that they had set for themselves.
Do you think the White House is going to push for a second stimulus package? There's already that talk on the Hill right now.
My instinct is they certainly will not. I think that the Democrats on the Hill Hill have sent the message back loud and clear that they couldn't pass it, even if the White House tried to make a case for it. I think what we've seen from the White House is that they've turned their attention to how they can get the current stimulus money out faster. The job creation all along for the infrastructure projects was not supposed to begin until later this year. If they can expedite that, then they can demonstrate some progress on that front that would be much more helpful to them right now than trying to go up to Capitol Hill and, in the midst of health care and energy, try to lay a brand new project on top of the Democrats.
Gene Cummings, great to have you with us tonight. Great reporting over at the Politico. You folks do a fabulous job. Now, folks, I want to talk about this for just a moment, and I want to do an I told you so. Credit is tight. Money's not cheap. And until the Obama administration, until the Democrats address this double standard of Wall Street gets it cheap, small businesses don't, I don't know how you're going to get risk takers into the market to stimulate the economy to get this thing going again. Mr. Geithner, listen. You got to get to cheap money or small businesses aren't going to get in the risk-taking mode. And so we're just going to be sitting here saying, well, we're saving a bunch of jobs. I tell you, these Republican governors are sitting on this money to run their budgets. They're not fair players. They're not honest brokers with the stimulus package money. You check it out, folks. It's there. They want Obama to fail. They want this stimulus package to fail.